This comment was put on a post I did talking about the inequities of how men are treated in society. And I've seen this before. I've had it happen to me a little bit. When they held an HR class back in the day, explaining what sexual harassment was, going into great detail on it, giving examples. And literally every single example they gave was a man harassing a woman. Now, me being me, and by the way, fairly high up in the company, I raised my hand and asked, why is every example a woman being harassed by a man? Are you saying that there's no such thing as female harassment of men in the workplace? Now, the person that was giving the seminar was an outside person, didn't actually work for the company. And if looks could kill, I'd have been dead 100 times over. Now, she did everything she could to avoid answering that question. And I kept pressing. She never did actually answer it. But afterward, I got called into HR. And my response to HR was this: you are putting out there that in every single instance, a male is harassing a female, that there is no such thing as a woman harassing a man. Is that what you're saying the company's policy is? Are you willing to put that in writing? Now, of course, they started backtracking immediately. Now, for me, no ill will came of it because the COO, who was a good friend of mine, also backed me on it because he saw exactly what I was saying was true. He even went so far as to state so in an executive meeting. Kudos to him, by the way. Here's the thing. As you can see in this scenario, sometimes you will face retribution. And that, gentlemen, is when we need to take the next step. We need to hold these companies accountable for it. Me, I'd go back to HR and say, why was I demoted? I believe I was demoted for raising the issue that women harass men in the workplace. And do exactly as I did. Is your policy stating that only women can abuse men? Lay the groundwork for a possible lawsuit. Now, let's be honest, the cost to do so is prohibitive for most people. But you'd be amazed what the threat of it can do. This is exactly the tactics the women's groups have used. They don't file lawsuits. They threaten to do. They threaten to file them. And it works almost every time.